never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku with Shoto Todoroki twin sister, part 1. Now we'll begin our story pretty soon here. I'm gonna run some information down that some of you are confused. Now the reason why I didn't give, this current Deku Izuku, because she's a chick in this one, and for you guys wondering what about your favorite what ifs? Every Wednesday night, I'm a little bit of pull up, and whatever wins the votes. I can't put all the what ifs on the list because there's a limit what I could put on the poll. So after I put up the poll tonight, whatever gets the most votes, I'll focus on that what if on Thursday through Sunday. Then on Monday through Wednesday, I'll put random what ifs. But then when Wednesday night hits again, I'll put another pull up and I'll add different what ifs. And I will be cycling through my series, so some of the what ifs that you haven't seen, I haven't done in a while, won't get left behind. So that sort of thing. That's to give you a brief information on how I'm going to do my schedule. It's basically, I'm doing a Russian roulette when it comes to my what ifs. So, so let's begin part 1. As Inko gets the phone call, it's Ray. She occasionally calls to see how her daughter's doing. And she's like, "Oh, Ray, what can I do for you? I'm just calling up, check up on my daughter. How has she been doing?" She's been doing well. It's her first day in middle school. And she's like, "How is her mental state, Inko?" She's like, "Oh, she's doing fine. She's, she has a bit of a temper. Very cold at times, but deep down, I know she's a good, she's a good girl." And she's like, "Thank you for taking care of her. It's no problem, Ray. Anything, for my best friend." And, now, Inko does know Mitsuki, but they really don't have, a close friendship. They Mitsuki bullied, Inko a lot when she was younger. Mitsuki did apologize later on, throughout the years, because, she, that was pretty mean of her. So that's how their background is. They do hang out occasionally. They hang out like once a week. Because after a while they become friends. After school and everything. As she hangs up with Ray, as she, gets a call from Asashi. "Oh, sweetheart, what I owe this, surprise." It's like, I'll be heading back home in a couple days. The Yazurozu's giving me a break. She's like, "Oh, thanks. I'm looking forward to see you." As she's happy. As she's like, "So how's our daughter doing?" "Oh, Luna is doing very well. It's her first day of school." And she's like, "Hope she doesn't beat up hope she doesn't get in a fight again." As she's always have problems with bullies. Not bullying her, but she doesn't like bullies. How, Shota, she used to bully her a lot when she was younger before, she kind of scarred her face. She has a very low tolerance when it comes to bullying. So, I hope so too. Hopefully she doesn't, As I saw, she's like, so has she been using her fire quirk? No, she hasn't actually. She refuses to use it. As you know, well, our dear daughter does hold a grudge against the Todorokis. I wish, there was some way for, at least for Ray and them to make up somehow. At least for her, twin sister. Yeah, I don't see that happening soon, husband. As you're like, alright, well, I'll be home in a couple days. I'll talk to you soon. As she hangs up, as, Inko goes to the, goes to Yuna's room. As her room is, her room's not a girly room, but, it's like she's big into martial arts, so, that sort of thing. She doesn't study a specific martial art, she just does mixed martial arts. She created her own style afterwards, and she's quite intelligent. At first, they wanted, Inko wanted to put her in the same school that Todoroki and Shoto and Momo was in, but after a while, Inko, noticed, after a while, it's probably not a good idea to get in contact because, of how much she, hates the Todorokis. Luna does, so, enough about that. And she's like, sweetheart, it's time for your first day of school. She's like, here's your uniform. As he's like, yes, mother, I'll get ready in a minute. After she wakes up, as she goes for a run. This is, she woke up pretty, Inko usually wakes her up pretty early. Because of, she likes to do her runs first, so. As she's, running through, doing her runs. As a couple hours later, she gets back home, takes a shower, and gets ready for school, puts the uniform on. As Inko, fix a little bit of the uniform. She's like, there you go. It's like, do I really have to wear this thing? I don't like wearing, skirts. As, it's like a, schoolgirl uniform, so, It's like, I know, sweetheart, but you're gonna have to get used to it. You're a girl after all. And she's like, I know, Mom. Don't have to remind me. And she's like, alright. So do you need a lift to the school? No, I'll walk from here. This will be fun. And she's like, don't forget your lunch. And she kisses her on the cheek. It's like, alright, if anything happens, you have your phone. And she's like, yeah, mother, stop worrying. And please, don't beat anyone up. As Yuna like smiles, a little smirks a little bit. Well, as long as, no one tries to mess with people, as long as there's no bullies, picking on people, then there shouldn't be a problem. And she's like, Yuna. It's like, fine, I'll try my best to not start something. As, she goes to her first day of school. She's a little bit early than the rest of them. As the teacher's like, oh, and who you might be? I am Yuna Midoriya. It's very nice to meet you, ma'am. As she bows. And she's like, huh. Yeah, I believe, you're pretty early. And she's like, why don't you sit down anywhere you want? As like, because they don't have set, seats. As she sits down and reads a book. As that happens, as, the rest of the kids, start piling in. Bakugo comes in, smirking at everyone, like, because, he's been hyped up because, everyone said his quirk is so awesome that, because he has explosions and all that stuff. What happened in canon happens in this, except for, Luna's presence in this. He doesn't know, Luna at all. He has heard about Luna from her mother, because, Inko and, Mitsuki does hang out occasionally, like once a week, like I said in prior. as they go through the class, as everyone's talking about their quirks, as he's like, huh, you losers, your quirks are pathetic. My quirk is far more superior than the rest of yours. You're nothing but extras. Once I finish this and go to high school, I'm a shoe-in for UA. As he's given his clout. As he has his own little group. As all the girls are talking among themselves, like, but what about her? She hasn't said anything the whole time. As Bakugo, he's like, huh, what's your quirk? Huh, book nerd. As she's reading her book still. She's like, I don't know what you're trying to do, kid. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I suggest you move along before I get upset. And she's like, huh, you have a mouth on you. Just remember, stay in your lane, or I'll put you where you belong. As she slaps her book shut. Seriously, I suggest you back off before I put you in the hospital. It's that simple, Blondie. As he's like, whatever. You're lucky that you're a girl, or I would have took you down. As she actually laughs, and she's like, oh, aren't you sweet? Doesn't matter if I'm a boy or a girl, I'll still, put you down. You're no match for me, kid. Blondie. It's like, is that fighting words? And she's like, huh, it's so easy to rile you up. I guess that's what I get, for dealing with a peon. As Bakugo was like, what do you say? As teacher's like, Bakugo Kasi, knock it off. As Bakugo Kasi, knock it off. Or you will be sent to the principal office. It's like, lucky. As after class happens, she's like, Midoriya, can I speak to you? Moment. He's like, yes, teacher, what do you need? Will you please, I know you didn't do anything wrong, but can you please not antagonize the kid? He's ready. I've seen his school record. He's a hothead. He's like, very well. I will try to mind my business. Thank you, Yuna. I'm looking forward to, teaching you for this year. As she bows as she, goes home. As Bakugo, is it's lunchtime, so it's not way to go home yet. It's lunchtime as Bakugo is bullying some other kids. Pushing them, calling them losers, calling them extras. It's like, your quirk is nothing. As Luna is getting irritated because she can't really not do something. She's like, I promised my mom that I wouldn't do that. As he starts put his hand on the young man's shoulder as he does explosions. As he winces in pain, and she's had enough. As Bakugo is about to punch the guy in the face, as suddenly there's he gets hit back of the head with a snowball. As he's like, God damn it, who did that? As Luna is like, waves to Bakugo, like sarcastically. You. What's your problem, girl? As like, what's your problem? Casper. It's not Casper, but because her skin is pale and white. He's like, so what's your deal? I don't know what he would say. I don't know. Like, he hasn't really give a nickname to her yet, but no, he will. Not Deku, but it'll be like something to do is cold. But it's like as he cracks his knuckles. You should have done that. As Bakugo goes for a swing, a right swing, as Luna easily dodges it, grabs his wrist, bends it down his back, kicks the back of his knee as he goes in one, as you know, he goes to one knee as she's putting a lot of pressure on it. He's like, let go of me. As you know, what are you doing? Get her. As you know, as those two, thugs of his rush over there as she pushes Bakugo as he hits the ground, as he's, physically upset. As she lightly coated her right leg, in ice. As the first one goes in for a punch, as she ducks down, kicks him in the stomach as he goes flying, hits the tree. As the other one goes, hits her in the face, as she spits out blood. No, she spits out a little bit of blood. Not puking it out, but the spitting it like, you shouldn't have done that. As she's like, wiped the blood from her face, she's like, you shouldn't have done that. As she kicks him in the side of the ribs and knees him in the face as he goes flying. As the teacher's like, what's going on here? As they like, you two come with me, you three come with me, or four, because plus Yuna. As she's like, Bakugo Kasi, you haven't been here for one day and you're already causing problems. And you too. The teacher, so what exactly were you doing? The girl deserved it. As he's going by his story, as he's like, and you are Luna Midoriya. Yes, sir. Please explain me why you, judging by what he said, you started all this. It's like, normally I was my own business, but then he started picking on some students and using his quirk to bully. So I could no longer ignore that. So I threw a snowball in his head, and he decided to go for a swing. So as she tells her story, as she's like, as he's laughing a little bit. As Bakugo's like, what's so funny? It's funny because you got beat by a girl. That's hilarious. And she's like, I'm gonna have to call your parents, but yeah, she calls, Inko and Mitsuki, and they're like, my daughter. And she's like, is she gonna be in trouble? And the principal's like, no. It seems like she did throw a snowball at the boy, but he did throw the first punch, so we're gonna let this slide as a warning, for her at least. As Bakugo's like, and you, Kosuke, I already talked to your mother. Your mother's at work right now, but hate to be you, kid. Your mother kind of scares me. As Bakugo gulps. It's like, he's thinking mother scares everyone. As well, I would expend you and give you detention, but I believe your punishment is going to be waiting for you when you get home. So I don't see any need to further any punishment. But if this happens again, Bakugo, there will be some consequences for bullying in the school. I don't tolerate that in my school. As Bakugo and them walk out. He's like, this is not over. It's not over, Frosty. As he walks off. He put two to two together that he got hit by a snowball and there's no snow anywhere. So he's thinking that he has some sort of snow quirk or ice quirk or something to do with ice. Sorry, people keep doing that. As she stays a little bit after school. As Bakugo's sneaking around the corner waiting for her to leave the school. As she's going off to an area. As she's walking home, she's in she wanted to go into the shopping market just to pick up a couple things. As that happens, as you see, a girl's black hair with, boxing gear on. No, she has gloves on. As she's, in the gym. As she noticed, the white haired girl. As she sees, three people following her. And she's like, huh, that doesn't look good. And she cocks a smile. She's like, huh. Yeah, I'm changing Miss Yajirozu, Momo Yajirozu's personality a bit. She's not, proper like in canon. She's, a bit of a tomboy. She's into like boxing. She likes, martial arts too. That's I'm giving her, a little bit more fighting skill in this. As she walks out. She's like, Miss Yajirozu, where are you going? Oh, if you're gonna follow. I don't care less. Those three guys, they look like trouble. That's her bodyguards. And she's like, your mother told you to not get in trouble, not start fights randomly. I'm not going to start any fights. I'm going to see what these boys are following this girl around. As she's slowly walking. She's slowly trailing them. As Luna sees, they're following her, and she's like, damn it, oh god, I'm going to have to do this. I guess I gotta find a place. So as she goes through an alleyway. As it's a dead end. It's like, oh crap. Oh well, this is what's gonna happen eventually. But Buck was like, huh, there you are, huh, snowflake. You're gonna pay for what you did in school. As she's like, she's like, you shouldn't start bullying people in the first place. Just because you have a more superior quirk than everyone else doesn't mean you should act so elitist. People like you make me sick. And she's like, really? Let's see what you got. As Bakugo goes for explosion. As, she gets hit pretty hard with this explosion. She wasn't expecting his quirk to be that powerful. As she gets flown and gets to a wall, as, she coughs up blood a little bit. As the three start, she's blocking some of the kicks that, the two other of his minions start kicking her. As Momo Yajirozu, as she takes off some gloves, creates some more. As these have, fighting gloves, a little bit. As she's like, as she taps on one of their shoulder, as, like, what? As Momo punches him across the face, one of the minions, as she kicks the other one as it goes flying, as Bakugo's like, who the hell are you? Mind your business, I'm teaching this girl some respect. Teaching her place. As suddenly, there is, Luna goes in for punch Bakugo in the face with her hand coated in ice as he goes flying. As she's like, as she's cut it a little bit and she's bleeding on the face a little bit. As Bakugo's like, as her bodyguards come in, pin Bakugo. Let me go, loser. As Miss Yajirozu, are you right? As Luna is, against the wall. As just just let him go and get rid of him. I'm not interested in them. And she's like, get out of here, kid. And she's like, whatever, losers. This is not over, Midoriya. As he walks off with his goons, as Momo's like, are you alright? She's like, are you right? As she has her hand out, handkerchief now. As one of the security guards at her bodyguards. Here, Miss Momo, as she takes it, as she wipes off a little bit of the blood off her. It's like, but that was a hell of a punch there you have there. And she's like, so do you have like an ice crook or something? I saw you use ice. And she's like, oh, where's my manners? I'm Momo Yazurozu, and you are? And she's like, I'm sorry, Luna Midoriya. And she's like, thanks for helping me. And she's like, no problem. So why were those losers, trailing you? And she's like, kid from school, he's the, the school bully, and I guess I kind of pissed him off throwing a snowball at his head and, beat down his goons and him a little bit. And she starts laughing. She's like, oh, that will do it. She's like, are you right? Do you need a ride home? And she's like, no, I'm fine. Probably to get home, my mother's probably going to kill me. She's probably going to have me a lecture about not, using violence, all that stuff. As Momo's like, here, your hair, it's all a mess. As she fixes her hair. Her hairpin fell off. As she fixed it. It's like, but I do love the white hair. It's very pretty. As Luna kind of blushes a little bit. As Momo smiles. She's like, all right, I hope to see you around sometime. Luna. She's like, come on, Miss Yajirozu, we're late. And she's like, yeah, I promised to get home. It's very nice to meet you. If you ever around this area again, come find me. I'm usually in the gym around this time. She's like, okay. As she doesn't know how to react to that because, she's not very social with other people very much. As that happened. Yeah, I'm making Momo the one that, engage in the first, interaction. That's how I'm doing this here. As, she gets home, Luna, our protagonist, as, Inko has her hand on her hip. She's like, so, I heard you had a little altercation with Mitsuki's boy. And she's like, yes, Mom. And she knows she has scruffs on her face a little bit. It's like, dear, what happened? Apparently, incident after school that you apparently well know of. Bago decided to have some payback, and I got roughed up a little bit. As she's physically upset. And Mom, it's fine. I was kind of helped out by, a girl that I just met. As she's blushing a little bit because, she doesn't know that, she's attracted to the same, she's never thought about, what gender she was actually attracted to before. Or she's never had any feelings for anyone. So, she's a bit confused right now. She's like, as Inko smiles, she's like, it's fine, dear. I'll be talking to Mitsuki, later on. And why did he start it? That's out of curiosity, because he was bullying a kid using his quirk, and that's not right. He shouldn't be using his quirk anyway. She's like, you shouldn't be using your quirk either. And she's like, I know, Mom, but I had to get him pissed off a little bit, so I just threw like a snowball at him. And she starts laughing. You literally throw a snowball at Mitsuki's boy. Yeah, back of the head, not very hard. He came in for a swing, then I disabled him like, you told me. And she's like, you were always a good learner. Come on, let's, dinner's about ready. As by the way, sweetheart, your father's coming home early. He should be here in a couple days. And she's like, Dad's coming home? I miss him. As like, yeah, he's missed you too. He's been asking him a bunch of questions. And she's like, I hope, I'll be able to spend time with him. And she's like, I believe, Asashi will have plenty of time. I think he's going to be home for a couple weeks. So, Luna is visibly, happy because, you know, Masashi was always nice to her. Always caring father, unlike, you know, her real father, Endeavor. And all that. And we're going to probably stop there because it's at like almost 30 minutes. So I'll be doing, I think 2 other what ifs. I think it's, what if Deku was a Sith Lord? I got to think of the story for that one. And, I think I'm going to upload another episode of What If Deku Was a Sorcerer. So, you know, there's 2 more what ifs coming later today. Once I figure out the story, I'll upload it and make it and all that stuff. So I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time sense. Alright, bye.